Well, it certainly is a wonderful day, and it's so great to have the support of everybody here with us. We certainly are very appreciative. We're certainly appreciative of the mayor to take the time to help us celebrate because we've got a lot of celebrating to do, but we also have a lot of hard work to do because we're really on the front end of a long journey. This process started over 10 years ago. The Smith Company has been vesting in the Mississippi Avenue, Alabama Avenue, Stanton Road corridor for an excess of 25 years. And in that time, we've produced over 3,000 new and renovated apartments that have long-term affordability. And we've also produced over 300 home ownership units, introducing both market rate and affordable home ownership to a part of the city that sees the lowest home ownership rate. So we're certainly very proud of our contributions here in this part of the city. As I said, 10 years ago, we were introduced to the site behind me, which is formerly known as Trenton Terrace. It was 200 plus units. It had seen its better days, and our original plan was to substantially rehabilitate those buildings. But we learned through negotiations with HUD and DHCD that there was a better plan afoot. There were environmental issues and other restrictions that really favored tearing those buildings down and starting again. And so that's what we did. And then we went through some very difficult times with the financial crisis, but we never gave up on the neighborhood or gave up on the project. We certainly have been here during that time. In fact, over my left shoulder, we took on Park Vista Apartments and renovated 83 units into 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment homes with long-term affordability. We then went down onto Mississippi Avenue at 1320 Mississippi Avenue, and we created 19 units for permanent supportive housing. These are providing much needed housing for families that are transitioning from homelessness into permanent environments. And we also took on the renovations of Oxen Run Park. We are here in Oxen Run Park. It's a 25-acre piece of ground that we rededicated back in 2008 and then again in 2010. That took tens of thousands of volunteer hours and $750,000 in contributions to bring playgrounds, to build the ball field that is at the end of Mississippi Avenue, and to return this piece of real estate to the intended purposes, the recreational uses for the neighborhood. And so now we stand on the cusp of actually getting started at Park Vista. Park Vista is going to deliver 190 affordable apartment homes in a, did I say Park Vista? Excuse me, thank you. I wanted to make sure you guys were still listening. Archer Park, Park Vista, you know how it is. And so those homes are bringing an important element of affordability to the neighborhood. The second part of Archer Park is 74 townhouses, also targeted for affordable and market rate purchasers. So that will be a tail end to this project. But we're so very happy, Ms. Mayor, to have you here, celebrate with us. Certainly, we're in good stead having a leader who is so focused on tackling the city's problems, particularly affordable housing, and most notably taking on the homelessness plight. And we certainly are very fortunate to have you as a strong champion for those goals of producing housing units that makes the city more affordable and more inclusive. And with that, I'd like to ask Mayor Bowser to come.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, good afternoon, everybody. I am indeed delighted to be here. Today is Scissors and Shovels Day for us in the mayor's office and across DC government. And what we have been doing today across 4 wards is looking at projects that we can get started or open that lead to pathways to the middle class. So we started out with the Uber opening their East Coast headquarters in the District of Columbia. We then went to the Phyllis Wheatley YWCA in Shaw, where we are preserving 90 units of transitional housing for women. We then went to Ward 7 to open passive housing, which are 36 new units, including 12 supportive housing units. And now we're here in the Great Ward 8 to talk more about housing. So I want to thank Brad. I want to thank the W.C. Smith Company for really working hard, because we know sometimes these projects, you didn't say when you got started, but I know when? 10 years ago. These projects can take a long, long time, but it's important that the developers in the city stick with the project so that we can deliver on the promises that have been made 10 years ago. I want to thank all of the members of the community who have joined us, and let me start by recognizing the Ward 8 Council member, Ruby May. Give her a big round of applause. Councilmember May, I'm not sure if she's been in the council 200 days yet, but she is making a significant impact and speaking up for the people of Ward 8 in a very focused way. And I have to tell you, we have been able to stand with her in Ward 8 and make some very critical announcements and commitments and investments moving forward that will focus, like what's behind us, on quality housing and home ownership opportunities, but also in critical economic development that will produce good paying jobs for the people of Ward 8. Let me also recognize the Anc Commissioners who are here. Ward 8 Anc Commissioners, if you're here, raise your hand so we can acknowledge you and thank you for your service to the people of Ward 8. I know I saw Mr. Berry's son here, Chris Berry. Give him a big round of applause. It's always good to see him. And we have some of our principals here. Is that right? Is the principal for Ketchum here? There. Hi, Principal. Principal Prigger? Riddles Prigger, nice to meet you. And Principal Branch from Garfield. Nice to see you, Principal. And I think we also have members of the Anacostia Coordinating Council here, and we want to thank them for all of the work that they're doing in Ward 8. So Brad was right in talking about our focus on making sure that more people have access to homeownership opportunities. And that was especially a focus of Mr. Berry's, and I know that Councilmember May and I share it as well. We want to flip some of the numbers. So if 26% of the people in Ward 8 own their homes, in some parts of the city, 76% of the people in those wards own their own homes. We know for people, especially people of color in our city, the way that they build wealth and transfer that wealth to the next generation is through the equity they build in their own homes. So we have some ideas. We're also joined by our Deputy Mayor for Greater Economic Opportunity, Courtney Snowden. And Courtney is tasked with making sure we're closing gaps in our city in economic development and workforce training and education. In her portfolio is our small business office, as well as our Department of Employment Services. And her office is in Anacostia. And so you can get to your government close by where you live, so you don't have to come all the way down to City Hall, because we have brought City Hall to Ward 8 in Courtney's office. And so Courtney is also going to have some exciting things to announce. She has an added responsibility today. And a lot of our directors will get this added responsibility, and that's to go around with the mayor for the whole day. So she's doing her ride along with the mayor, and I'm glad she is, because now I know one of our good programs are how we're going to get our residents able to afford housing and able to afford a quality life in DC is going to come out of her office in partnership with DHCD and all the good people that work for us. So you see Polly Donaldson here. She's responsible for housing and community development. Maria Day Marshall, who really makes and cuts loose a lot of money for us, and that's important to get these housing projects done. Maria Day Marshall. And I'm always happy to see our partners in the federal government from HUD. Marvin Turner, thank you for your leadership and your help for us. So I'm going to end with this. We're able to invest in a lot of these projects because we've delivered on a significant promise, and that is to have $100 million in our housing production trust fund to invest in projects like this. So we're going to rely on Councilmember May and her colleagues to help us get to that goal next year, and the year after that, and the year after that. Now, are you going to help me remind them? I didn't hear you, Ward 8. So not only should we develop new housing, we have to preserve the affordable housing that we have. And that we know as we go around Ward 8 and other neighborhoods in the District of Columbia, we have to be creative about how we're working, especially with small housing providers, small landlords, whose buildings, quite frankly, need some sprucing up. In some cases, they need more than sprucing up. So how are we going to develop programs and services to make sure that not only is housing affordable, but it's decent and it's safe? And we have some work to do to make sure more and more that we are improving and small property owners are investing in their properties. So that's what we're going to be working on. $100 million, keep building and preserving housing, keep announcing great projects like the one at St. Elizabeth's, where we'll bring a $55 million practice and entertainment facility to Ward 8, where we're going to create jobs and kick off once and for all the development at St. Elizabeth's. So stick with us. Follow Courtney and all of the folks. Where my Ward at Marcus Bachelor and Colbert, they represent me in Ward 8. Let everybody see you. So when you see them, just work them really hard. And when they fix one thing, work them some more, because they're young and they like to work hard. Thank you, everybody. Oh, let me introduce my friend from Ward 8. She's my friend today, so she beats me up some kind of bad. So when she beats me up, I just work harder for Ward 8. LaRuby May.
Now, y'all don't believe I beat up on the mayor, do you? You should. No. Good afternoon. So very blessed, so very grateful to be here today. So grateful to serve the great and wonderful residents of Ward 8, to Mayor Bowser and to all of the agency heads and to our Anc Commissioners that are here, that are leaders. And just want to take a quick privilege and say that I've had the personal opportunity to work with Dr. Rigglespiger and Mr. Branch at Ketchum and Garfield Elementary. And these leaders deserve an additional round of applause because they are doing such great work for our young people and really trying to they're trying to bridge the gap, the race gap, the disparity between African American children in our city, and they're working very hard in Ward 8. And I'm just so grateful for you and for your leadership. And so I just, I had the mic, so I get a shout out. That's the way that it works. And so just want to take a couple minutes to thank Brad Smith and the W.C. Smith Company for their continued dedication to Ward 8 and to affordable housing, and to making sure that Ward 8 has quality. There are developers that can build, but we're excited that we have a developer who's focused on building quality for our community. We understand and we know that a key component to revitalization of Ward 8 is housing. If people cannot afford to live here, if Ms. Darden can't afford to stay here as a hard-working activist, right, in Ward 8, then the revitalization doesn't mean very much. And so to have a housing developer that's committed to that is something that I'm very excited about. I'm very excited that there's going to be a fitness center at Archer Park to make sure that our residents are being healthy and living really long lives, that they're going to have parking spaces for bicycles to encourage our residents to get on their bikes and to be healthy and to ride this park and to ride around the community, that they're going to have a business center so that hopefully out of Archer Park we increase the number of small business owners from Ward 8. And so to be able, you like that, I like it too, So, and their commitment to a sustainable living in terms of having a solar roof. And so we're just very excited. I'm very excited to support this project. I'm going to keep pushing W.C. Smith Company, going to keep pushing the mayor to make sure that as they think about the future of the District of Columbia, they know that the leader of what the city will be is right here in Ward 8. Thank you all very much.
Thank you so much, Council Member. I hope you appreciate the playground, that you noticed the one at Sheridan and that one there as well that we built for Ward 8 and for Oxen Run Park. Thank you. Hi, my name is Pam Askew. I work at W.C. Smith, and I'll be working on Archer Park. I've been working with Archer Park for a while now, and it's just been a team effort, and we want to appreciate all the team members here today. We want to thank the Housing Finance Agency. They issue the tax-exempt bonds that finance the construction of the building that we're about to build, and they issue the permanent bonds. And the permanent bonds total about $20 million, and the construction bonds total about $7 million. So it's a big investment. We couldn't do it without the Housing Finance Agency. So I'd like to introduce Maria to the podium.
Good afternoon. W.C. Smith does a wonderful job of picking the right day, the right time, the right place. Ward 8. There you go. Ward 8. And I am so happy to be here to celebrate this. Can you not hear me? I'm short.
Hear you. They can't see you.
Okay. I want to first acknowledge Mayor Bowser and Councilmember May, with whom I successfully worked on Roundtree Residences over another Ward 8 affordable housing project. I want to just give you a few statistics about the district and the rental market here in the city. Last week, Trulia released a study stating that 38% of DC one-bedroom apartments rent for above $2,000. And the median rental rate for two-bedroom apartments is $2,700. And with the development booming in the district, it can't be easy for everyone to afford that. And that trend is now moving east and south. And so it will be here soon, folks. We've done a lot, but we have a lot to do. And that's why it's so important that W.C. Smith and other developers in affordable housing continue to do what they do. I attended the City First Bank Community Development Finance Conference with the Deputy Mayor and the Director and the Mayor yesterday. And the Mayor did an incredible job of providing an overview of what her administration has accomplished in the 10 short months, a little over 10 months now, right, Mayor? Yep. Since taking office, particularly in terms of increasing the supply of affordable housing and economic development and community development. And also, Chris Smith reminded us and the audience yesterday that we're not just talking about bricks and mortar here. We're talking about people who live in these buildings and call them home. And that it's important for developers to cultivate relationships with residents so that developers can better serve the residents and serve their needs and desires. I think that's a good lesson for all of us, including the lenders that cut loose all the money. DCHFA is proud to be among the group that's bringing Archer Park to the city and to Congress Heights. And as Pam says, we plan to issue $28 million in tax-exempt obligations and underwrite almost $20 million in low-income housing tax credits. And we're going to be bringing 190 affordable units to the Congress Heights neighborhood, and that's tremendous. I want to thank my partner over at DHCD, Polly Donaldson. They're providing a $12 million loan and a grant. I also want to thank Suntrust Bank for purchasing the bonds and Wells Fargo for purchasing the tax credits and investing equity in the project. And I also want to thank the members of my staff, Tony Waddell, some of whom are here today, Tony Waddell at Paul's, Mike Winter, Tracy Parker, and Daniel Nunez for working so diligently on this project. So if you're here, raise your hands, guys. Okay. This is a pivotal time to expand affordable housing in Congress Heights as long-term residents raise their concerns that the redevelopment and amenities for which they have long advocated may displace them from their neighborhood. Across this city, citizens have the same concerns and are undergoing the same experience. For this reason, it's imperative that we continue to highlight the need for preserving and constructing more affordable housing. And I want to congratulate all the future residents of Archer Park Apartments, and I look forward to phase 2. Thank you.
As Maria mentioned, we got our low-income housing tax credit equity from Wells Fargo Community and Lending Investment. We couldn't do it without Wells Fargo Affordable Community Development Corporation. And as she mentioned, they're providing about $19 million in tax credit equity. So we want to hear from Kevin Hall to thank him and appreciate all that Wells Fargo has done.
Appreciate the opportunity to be here today. As mentioned, Wells Fargo is the equity investor in this project, which means we're the limited equity partner with the Smith Company, which means we're going to be their partner for a long time, at least 15 years. And we're so happy to be in that role. We've invested with them on other affordable housing projects here in the district. We think they're one of the best developers here. We think they build a beautiful product, and they're great managers. And as was said earlier, the reason that's important is because every unit that they build and that they keep is someone's home. And so again, we're very grateful to the opportunity to be here and be part of this project. Thank you very much.
Well, I do want to mention Suntrust Bank. Thank you, sorry. They are purchasing the construction bonds and providing about $7 million, as we mentioned, for the construction bonds, and then about $20 million for the permanent bonds. So thank you, Mike. I know you're there for SunTrust. Thank you, Mike. And I do want to mention DHCD and providing the financing, the secondary mortgage and the grant funds for DBH grant funds, and we couldn't do it without Polly Dolinas and staff. I also want to mention the DC Housing Authority, who's also providing local rent supplements for 10 units, so I want to appreciate DC Housing Authority. And I do want to thank our general contractor, WCS Construction, our architects, XK&I, and I want to finally thank the community. So I've already started. People have approached me. For people, if you're interested in a unit, you can come see me after the event. And so they'll open summer of 2017. And so it's going to be a little while, so just be patient. But more importantly, I also want to thank the Anc Commissioner, Mary Cuthberg. She came to our zoning hearing for our PUD to get the approval not only for the 190 units, but the 74 townhomes that will be for sale. And, I just want to remark on her words of her remembering the Smith Company coming into Ward 8 over 45 years ago when no other developer would, and providing quality affordable housing and also providing jobs for Ward 8 residents. And that's what this project is about. It's not just, as we've talked about, the bricks and mortar, but the jobs that we'll produce. If you're interested in a job, come see me after. Come to our Skyland Workforce Center or come to DOES as well and get registered. If you're interested in a home, whether for sale or rental, come see me afterwards. And if you're a SBE and you're interested in subcontracting, come see me. We've had 2 SBE contractor fairs at the Arc, and we'll continue to do that as well through our general contractor. So we want to talk about jobs, contracting, and overall investment in Ward 8. So we appreciate this opportunity. We thank you so much for being here to celebrate this development. We're going to follow, if you can follow the mayor, she's going to release some concrete into the foundation and get this bulb moving. 3, 2, 1.